Chapter 13. Phrases and clauses. A phrase is a group of related words within a sentence without the subject and the verb. Example: he is laughing at the joker. A phrase functions as a noun, verb, adverb, adjective, or preposition in a sentence. The function of a phrase depends on its construction, the words it contains. On the basis of the functions and constructions, phrases are divided into various types, that is, noun phrase, verb phrase, adverb phrase, adjective phrase, appositive phrase, infinite phrase, participle phrase, and gerund phrase. Types of phrases. Noun phrase. A noun phrase consists of a noun and other related words, usually modifiers and determiners, which modify the noun. It functions like a noun in a sentence. A noun phrase consists of a noun as the head word and other words, usually modifiers and determiners, which come after or before the noun. The whole phrase works as a noun in a sentence. Noun phrase is equal to noun plus modifiers. The modifiers can come after or before the noun. Examples: he is wearing a nice blue shirt. As noun or object. She brought a glass full of juice. As noun or object. The boy with blonde hair is laughing. As noun or subject. A girl on the roof was shouting. As noun or subject. A sentence can also contain more noun phrases. Example: the girl with green eyes bought a beautiful jacket. Prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase consists of a preposition, object of preposition, noun or pronoun, and may also consist of other modifiers. Examples: on a table, near a wall, in the room, at the door, under a tree, etc. A prepositional phrase starts with a preposition and mostly ends with a noun or pronoun. Whatever prepositional phrase ends with is called the subject of preposition. A prepositional phrase functions as an adjective or an adverb in a sentence. Examples: the boy on the roof is singing a song. As adjective. The man in the classroom is our teacher. As adjective. She is shouting in a loud voice. As adverb. He always behaves in a bad manner. As adverb. Adjective phrase. An adjective phrase is a group of words that functions like an adjective in a sentence. It consists of adjectives, a modifier, and any word that modifies a noun or a pronoun. An adjective phrase functions like an adjective to modify or tell about a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. Examples: he is wearing a nice green shirt. Modifies shirt. The girl with red hair is singing a song. Modifies girl. He gave me a glass full of juice. Modifies glass. A boy from Brazil won the race. Modifies boy. Prepositional phrases and participle phrases also function as adjective, so we can also call them adjective phrases when they function as adjective. In the above sentence, the girl with red hair is singing a song. The phrase with red hair is a prepositional phrase, but it functions as an adjective. Adverb phrase. An adverb phrase is a group of words that functions as an adverb in a sentence. It consists of adverbs or other words, preposition, noun, verb, modifiers that make a group which works like an adverb in a sentence. An adverb phrase functions like an adverb to modify a verb, an adjective or another adverb. Examples: Ravi always behaves in a polite manner. Modifies the verb behave. They were shouting in a loud voice. Modifies the verb shout. Sheena always drives with care. Modifies the verb drive. He sat in a corner of the room. Modifies the verb sit. Raja returned in a short while. Modifies the verb return. A prepositional phrase can also act as an adverb phrase. For example, in the above sentence, Ravi always behaves in a polite manner. The phrase in a polite manner is a prepositional phrase, but it acts as an adverb phrase here. Verb phrase. A verb phrase is a combination of main verb and its auxiliaries, helping verbs in a sentence.
Examples: He is eating an egg. She has finished her assignment. You should study for the exam. Meena has been sleeping for 2 hours.
A verb phrase can consist of a main verb, its auxiliaries, its complements, and other modifiers. Hence, it can refer to the whole predicate of a sentence. Example: You should study for the exam. Infinitive phrase. An infinitive phrase consists of an infinitive, to plus simple form of a verb, and modifiers or other words associated with the infinitive. An infinitive phrase always functions as an adjective, adverb, or a noun in a sentence. Examples: Mohan likes to read books. As noun or object. To earn money is a desire of everyone. As noun or subject. He shouted to inform the people about the robbery. As adverb, modifies the verb shout. He planned to buy a motorcycle. As adjective, modifies the verb plan. Gerund phrase. A gerund phrase consists of a gerund, verb plus ing, and modifiers or other words associated with the gerund. A gerund phrase acts as a noun in a sentence. Examples: I like writing letters. As noun or object. She started thinking about the problem. As noun or object. Sleeping late at night is not a good habit. As noun or subject. Crying of a baby woke him up. As noun or subject. Participle phrase. A participle phrase consists of a present participle, verb plus ing, a past participle, verb ending in ed or other forms in case of irregular verbs, and modifiers or other associate words. A participle phrase is separated by commas. It always acts as an adjective in a sentence. Examples: The children, making a noise, need food. Modifies children. I received a letter mentioning about my test result. Modifies letter. The table, made of wood, is too expensive. Modifies table.
We saw a car
Damaged in an accident. Modifies car. Absolute phrase. Absolute phrase, also called nominative phrase, is a group of words including a noun or pronoun and a participle as well as any associated modifiers. An absolute phrase modifies, gives information about the entire sentence. It resembles a clause, but it lacks a finite verb. It is separated from the rest of the sentence by a comma or pairs of commas. Examples: He looks sad, his face expressing worry. She was waiting for her friend, her eyes on the clock. Hiru is painting a wall, his shirt dirty with paint. Types of clauses. There are two types of clauses: main, or independent clause, and subordinate or dependent clause. Main clause and subordinate clause, a comparison. He is buying a shirt which looks very nice. The above sentence has two clauses. He is buying a shirt and which looks very nice. The clause he is buying a shirt expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a sentence. Such a clause is called main or independent clause. While the clause which looks very nice does not express a complete thought and can't stand alone as a sentence. It depends on another clause, main clause, to express a complete idea. Such a clause is called subordinate or dependent clause. Main or independent clause. The main or independent clause is a clause that expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a sentence. Examples: I met the boy who had helped me. She is wearing a shirt which looks loose. The teacher asked a question but no one answered. He takes medicine because he suffers from cough. He became angry and smashed the vase into pieces. In the above sentences, each underlined part is a main clause. It expresses a complete thought and can stand as a sentence. That is why a main or an independent clause is normally referred to as a simple sentence. Subordinate or dependent clause. A subordinate or independent clause is a clause which does not express a complete thought and depends on another clause, main clause, to express a complete thought. A subordinate clause does not express a complete idea and can't stand alone as a sentence. A sentence having a subordinate clause must have a main clause. Example: he likes Chinese fried rice which tastes good. The clause which tastes good in the above sentence is a subordinate clause because it does not express complete thought and can't stand alone as a sentence. It depends on the main clause, he likes Chinese fried rice, to express a complete thought. Examples: I met the boy who had helped me. I bought a table that costs rupees 5,100. He takes medicine because he suffers from fever. The teacher asked a question but no one answered.